Most people only use Claude one way. They open a chat window, type a question, and read the reply. That is powerful, but you're missing half of what Claude can actually do. There are two Claudes. One lives in a beautiful desktop app and talks to you. The other lives in your terminal and does things for you. This video shows both when to use each and how to combine them into a workflow that most people have never even tried. Let me start with the basics. When I say Claude, I mean Anthropic's AI assistant. It comes in two main forms on your computer. The first is the Claude desktop app. You download it from claude.com/download. It runs like any other app on your Mac or Windows machine. Inside, you chat, you upload files, you build projects, you connect it to Gmail, Drive, GitHub, and more. It is designed for conversation and creation. The second is Claude Code. You install it in your terminal. It runs anywhere you run commands. It reads your files, writes your code, runs your tests, and ships production work. It is designed for action and execution. Let me show you the desktop app first. When you open Claude Desktop, you land on a clean chat interface. You type a message at the bottom. Claude responds above. Simple, but the real power is what you can do around that chat. First, projects. You can create a project, give it a name, upload reference documents, and paste in custom instructions. Every chat inside that project inherits those instructions. So if you have a project for your business, Claude always knows your brand voice, your tone, your style. You never have to repeat yourself. Second, artifacts. When you ask Claude to build something, a website, a chart, a document, a quiz, it appears in a side panel. You can interact with it in real time, edit it, iterate on it, download the final version. This is how people build entire web apps in minutes without writing code. Third, skills. Claude now supports custom skills. These are reusable bundles of instructions and code that Claude can load automatically when relevant. You can install official skills from Anthropic like writing plans or security reviews, or build your own. Drop a skill into the .claude/skills folder and Claude knows when to use it. Fourth, connectors. This is the hidden superpower. Claude Desktop can connect to your Gmail, your Google Drive, your GitHub, your calendar, and dozens more. Once connected, you can ask Claude to read your inbox, search a document, find a file, or create a calendar event. It is like giving Claude hands to reach into your digital life. Fifth, voice mode. Click the microphone button and talk to Claude like a person. It hears you, responds, and the conversation flows naturally. This is incredible for brainstorming on the go or walking through ideas. Now that is Claude Desktop. It is a tool for thinking, writing, planning, designing, and connecting. It is where most of your everyday work with Claude happens. Now, let me show you the second face. Claude Code. This one lives in your terminal. You install it by running npm install-g at anthropic-ai/claude-code. After 30 seconds, you have a new command called Claude. Navigate into any project folder and type Claude. A prompt opens inside your terminal. Here is where it gets interesting. Claude Code does not just chat, it acts. You can ask it to explain your entire project and it reads every file to answer. You can tell it to add a new feature and it edits the right files and shows you a diff. You can say run the tests and fix anything that fails, and it loops through the process until everything passes. It can touch any file on your machine. It can run any shell command. It is not sandboxed to a chat window. It has slash commands for everything. Slash init creates a cloud md file with your project rules. Slash skills lets you load custom skills. Slash agent spawns sub-agents that handle specific tasks. Slash model switches between Sonnet and Opus, and because it runs locally, it connects to your real environment, not a sandboxed simulation. So which one do you use? Here's the rule. Use Claude Desktop for anything that lives in your head. Writing an email, planning a project, brainstorming ideas, analyzing a document, creating content, making a chart, editing a blog post. The desktop app is a thinking partner. Use Claude Code for anything that lives in your file system. Writing code, refactoring, running tests, automating a task, editing multiple files, integrating with your CI. Claude Code is a doing partner. But here is the real power move. Combine them. Start in Claude Desktop, brainstorm the feature, write the spec, plan the implementation. Have Claude sketch the UI in an artifact. Once the plan is clear, switch to Claude Code. Feed it the spec, let it write the actual code. Run the tests, ship the branch. That is how professional developers are using these tools today. Chat for thinking, code for doing. Same brain behind both. One more thing most people miss. You can use skills and subagents across both. A skill you write once works in desktop and in Claude Code. A subagent you define in your Cloud MD shows up in both. This means your customizations compound. The more you invest in making Claude work the way you think, the more useful both sides become. If you have never tried Claude Desktop, download it today. Claude.com/download free to use. If you have never tried Claude Code, install it tonight. One npm command. Pick one real task and watch what happens. Then tomorrow, try combining them. Plan in chat, execute in code. There has never been a better time to have a second brain that actually does things, not just answers questions. Does work, builds apps, ships code, reads your email, finds that one document, organizes your calendar. All of it powered by the same underlying intelligence in whichever form fits the job. If this video helped you, subscribe so you do not miss the next one. I break down the biggest shifts in AI into practical guides every single week. Share this with a friend who has been wondering what all the Claude hype is about. They deserve to know there are two Claudes, and both are better than they think. Thanks for watching. Now go open one of them.